And for them 30 years, they were planning to make sure that the conscious elevation or the evolution was going to happen after the year 2000. They were planning that. You understand? The people who were walking alongside the messenger called Malachi. Messenger, go listen to it or look up the word Malachi and you will find it. An angel, a messenger, my angel. You understand? So this Malachi came forth and brought forth in 1970 that long walk on that short path that took place for 30 years. From the year 2000, they've been speaking about what year now? 2030, which is another what? 30 years. So 30 plus 30 is what? 60. So if you go and listen to my teaching, Silence in the Heavens, you will hear me break down that every year was what? That minute within that hour. So you understand what I'm saying? The breakdown of time, if you're able to apply it, it will be broken down differently when you speak in terms of days and hours. And so when people are saying they know the hour or they know the minute or they know this time, they're saying, well, 2023 falling on the hour or the minute within the last segment of that hour, which would be the 30 minutes of 2000 to the year 2030. But they don't know it because no man knoweth the hour or the day, meaning you don't know the hour, the minutes that fall within that hour, and you don't know which of these would have been, that day that it would fall on. You understand? So watch this. If I say on August 12th, because this is what the Sabians have been teaching recently, I don't know where you got it from because we just had a room where they were on Clubhouse and I brought it up to one of the people who is a part of the Sabian community at this point. And I asked him, I said, so what's going to happen on August 12th? Can you tell me what's going on with August 12th? He said, what have you heard about it? You know what's supposed to happen. I said, well, tell me. He said, well, it's one of the days that the vortex opens. I said, how do you know that? And they were trying to say, without saying, because they didn't know they couldn't just say it. Well, they didn't know they couldn't just say it, but they were realizing after a while that they figured out, we can't just say it, right? That Malachi said it. And I said, well, then show me where he said that. Show me where he said August 12th was going to be this year, the day that any of this was going to happen, from the vortex being picked up, people being picked up, the vortex being open, any of that. All right? So it came back around. He didn't say that. So what they tried to do was they tried to quote from the book Man from Planet Risk, right? Which also mentions the cycles from 1943 up to the year 2043, where on August 12th, there was a completion of a very specific project that you have now, which is your computer. Your government did this. And he explained the time warp that took place from the USS Eldridge being jumped from one dimension to the next. There was a rip in the time. And he explained that from the Invisibility Project, the Philadelphia Experiment, the Rainbow Project, all of that was being broken down. So I said, well, that's where the August 12th would have been found at. But where did he say in the year 2023 that on August 12th, Nubians, Sabians, Ansars, Nubian, Islamic, Hebrews, whoever will be being picked up? Where did he say that at? And the answer is he did not say that. So when we got to the conversation, they realized they was in trouble after a while. I said, okay, well then who said it? Who gave out this date? Right? Now, what the brother, it was a person named Duswa York, right? Which is what he called himself now, but it's Basil or Damon Pryor, okay? Which a lot of people know him as. One of the people who come up under the teachings of Malachi York. He said, somebody said it recently. I said, who? It took us 30 minutes for them to never say a name. And then at the end of the 30 minutes, when we trying to figure out, and even the moderators at one, now they like, okay, well then why won't you just say who said it? Who said August 12th? Who said August 12th was going to be the day? They never gave out a name. They slipped over their words. They didn't realize that they had already said, somebody said it recently. Then they tried to put it up on Georgia. They said, well, it's just some misinformation from Georgia. Well, then why is it not being corrected if it's misinformation from Georgia? Why are you saying when I brought it to August 12th, how did you know what it was? And why did you say that it was a vortex that was going to open? And why are they saying that when that vortex opens, people are supposed to be getting picked up? And why is the clan mother of the Sabians saying that 2023 is the pickup year? And she didn't just say the pickup year. I was standing there. I heard her say it. She said it's the last pickup year. Why did she say that? So if the clan mother said, and this is not Wakid, this is Janet Goins. If the new clan mother said 2023 is the last pickup year, then you need to ask her what date. Because it's not August 12th that would have even been documented, because what lunar login takes place during August 12th? What lunar login are you referring to? What alignment of the planets would you be referring to on August 12th? No, let me tell you what happened. What happened is somebody read the Man from Planet Risk. They saw the graph or the diagram that was laid out and written out by Malachi York, and they took the date August 12th and they misconstrued it, thinking that he was saying every August 12th would be the opening of that vortex, right? But they didn't read it fully and understand that he was saying the completion of the project was August 12th for your computer from 1943. Now, let's see if that holds up. Let's see if on 1943 or in the year 1943, there was anything dealing with a computer. Let's look at it right now. Let's go to Google. Right? 1943 computer. Simple. Now, how many people got my book, Is the Computer God? So you know I ain't just saying this. All right? What computer was made in 1943? Started in 1943. The Enoch computing system is an ENIAC computer system, was built by John Markley and J. Presper Eckert at the Moore School of Electrical Engineering of the University of Pennsylvania. Because of its electronic as opposed to electromechanical technology, it is over 1,000 times faster than any previous computer. Now, if you read the book, Is the Computer God, you know this already, because it brings you back around to Charles Babbage, where he had his computer back in the 1800s, and theirs wasn't as advanced as this one, and they were working off these models to figure out how can we increase the intelligence of this machine. You understand? So was the first computer made in 1943? They bring you right back around to Enoch. So what also was taking place around that same exact time? We'll look up the Philadelphia experiment. Philadelphia experiment. All right? Let's see. They brought you right to the movie. Of course, they got to bring you right to the movie. Allen described an experiment where the U.S. Navy attempted to make a destroyer escort class ship, the USS Eldridge, disappear. And they speak on the result. So what date did they say? According to the legend, what date was it? October 28th of 1943. You understand? That's what was taking place. The whole project of the creation of the computer, the whole project of figuring out the warping and the jumping and the unified field theory and the what was the other thing? The quantum stealth technology. All of that was happening in 1943. You understand? So when you read Man from Planet Risk, the first development of that computer, right? That specific computer, which you'll find in the big room, okay? That was 1943, and they had concluded that by August 12th. And then they started on to figuring out more about the unified field theory and the quantum stealth technology. You understand? Now, what did they use to help them jump this ship? What did they use to help them jump this computer? The USS Eldridge. According to the Man from Planet Risk book by Malachi York, they were using that computer to do that because it wasn't just a computer. It was also a teleportation device, among many other things. You understand? So the bottom line is somebody might have read one page, which would have been page 37 out of the Man from Planet Risk book. They read one page and then said, well, that must mean that every year on August 12th will be the vortex year. If they said that, they lied to you. All right? Now, the chances are they did lie to you because when I asked these people, who one of them was called Sanan, he's an elder. He's supposed to be in the Sabian community, Nuwapian community. All right? And the other one, Duswa York. Basil, Damon Pryor, also supposed to be a part of it. When I asked them, where else could I find the breakdown from 1943 to 2043? Where else could I find the actual dates of the prophecies? Where could I find that at? Only book they could refer me to was the debate series. I said, no, there's a very important book that it seems like the Sabians from Wapwawet and all y'all other niggas is telling people to forget about. There's a very important book that already laid out what the prophecies were. They didn't even know. I said, it's in the holy tablets. Y'all didn't read it. And I asked, how did the elders not read the holy tablets? I grew up reading this book. I got it right here, and we will read it. We got it right here. I said, how did, if you think I'm playing, look, holy tablet, boom. How did you not read it? You're the elders. So that's why you're confused, because the elders didn't even read what you were told to read. And y'all were doing that when he was out. Y'all were coming, asking him questions, and it's frustrating. I can imagine. And he was saying it. He said, y'all asking me stuff that I already put in the book. He said, you're asking me stuff I already put in the book. He was literally saying this to them even then. I wasn't even born. So years later, you think it's over with? There are still prophecies in his book that haven't unfolded. So why would you tell people not to read it? So they could be confused like you are? No, it never mentioned no 2023 August 12th, none of that. Where did you get it from? Somebody gave you a false prophecy. And the only reason why they're doing that is because they know you don't read. Same thing with everything and everybody else. Every other religion and group of people, they've been doing the same thing for thousands of years. They take advantage of people who don't do diligence. You understand that? I didn't say that by accident, by the way. He said, they don't do diligence. Well, what is diligence? When I'm saying the word diligence, how do you deal with agents? Who knows? How do you deal with agents? With diligence. But when I bring up the fact that you got Asians in the Sabian community, people say, don't focus on the negative. That's your problem. If there's a negative, focus on it, fix it so we can get this cleared up. You don't want to deal with the agents because it takes too much diligence. Well, do diligence then, because what you've been doing hasn't been working. You understand? Deal with the agents. So find out who gave you August 12th and deal with them, because if I see you on August 13th, it's going to be a problem. If people are still here on August 13th, it'll be a problem. So I asked them. I asked Basil, Duswa York. I asked him. I said, so let me ask you a question. Are you leaving on August 12th? Y'all, he didn't tell me yes. Y'all, he didn't tell me no. You want to know what he told me? I'll tell you. You just got to let me know if you want to know what he told me. This nigga told me I need to be worried about my soul. He went to the soul. He said, you need to be worried about your soul. Don't worry about me. You know what that sound like to you? Hey, you want to know what that sound like to me? Because I tell you, these niggas they be what they be. Hey, I say, yo, are you going? So let me ask you a question. Are you leaving on August 12th? Worry about you, boo-boo. Worry about you, boo-boo. I got my soul. Worry about your soul, boo-boo. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what y'all niggas be sounding like. Because y'all know y'all full of shit. You know you full of shit. Why I gotta worry about me now? I got me, boo-boo. Worry about you. Worry about you. Kept talking over me and shit. Nigga said, you gotta worry about your soul. What does got to do with a soul? What does got to do with a soul? So you mean to tell me niggas' souls is getting beamed up and your body drops? Or did you say we were leaving off the planet? Meaning we're going to get on this ship or walk through this vortex and leave. So now we just going to all flat out die. It's going to look like Heaven's Gate and shit. No. That's confusion. And I know one thing about the master. He didn't deal with confusion. He wasn't the author of confusion. When he wrote the language, they wasn't debating over whether or not the chant was this or the chant was that. Nigga, what's the chant? Give us what it is. There's no belief system associated with language. So if y'all are debating on whether or not he said this chant or that chant, you got agents in the community. I'm not going nowhere near it until you clear it. And I'm not sending nobody else near it until you clear it, because that don't make sense. And he the first person who came out and said, make it make sense. So what am I doing? I'm asking you to make it make sense. Nigga, are y'all going to be here on the 13th or not? So I can know. So I asked him, I said, so let me tell you. So you know that on August 12th, the vortex is opening and you supposed to be leaving this planet and you're on Clubhouse? You sitting here with all these other people talking about Masons and Illuminati and shit. He said, why would I not be on Clubhouse? Why would I not be still teaching? I said, but you haven't mentioned the date that y'all out here amongst each other whispering. Like, we supposed to be special to know this date, but when did he say it? When did he say it? And you know what they keep trying to do? And you got to watch for niggas that keep doing that. Baba said this. Baba said that. Baba didn't say none of that shit. Y'all ain't even talking to Baba. Y'all niggas can't call him, can't get him no letter, can't do none of that. What are y'all doing? Y'all ain't even talking to him. What you talking about? He said it. How many agents are there? How many agents are there not? Remember the Matrix movie? Agent Smith, smite is what it means. Smith, to hit or to strike something. Agent Smith is able to reach into that solar plexus, or what they represented as the heart or the chest. Okay, so it's really up there in the heart chakra, but it's really that solar plexus. He able to reach down into that soul, and he becomes you. That's what the agent does. You know what agency would really mean? To take control. It deals with your brain in actuality. When we speak in terms of the matrix, it actually deals with your brain. When you have agency, I can tell you to remember it like this, and I put it in the book Rehab too, so you can remember it like this: AGNC. Okay? Where you say, what is A? A will be like the authority. Okay? The G will be the guardianship. The N will be the notability, your ability to take notice. Okay? And the C will be the control. So agency, AGNC, write it down. Agency is dealing with your brain. Some people think they got full agency and they don't. So you think you got full control, but you don't understand there are other agents, and that agent was infiltrated in that position to take control. That's what an agent is going to do. So how many agents are there not? Most people are agents. Because if there was an agent that infiltrated the movement long ago, ain't going to be no way nobody going to want to point out the agent, because they'll be pointing out somebody they agree with. So you ain't going to point out the agent, because the agent been took the shit over. So when I start calling names, I look like the bad guy until I ask questions in front of people and y'all can't answer them. So what they had to do, they said I was bitten. They said I was poisoned. They said I was emotional. They said I was lying. They said all of that, but they never said, okay, if I'm lying, what's the truth? If I'm lying, what's the truth? You understand? So let's ask. Let's go to the book, the Holy Tablets. The book that these niggas are saying don't read. Like they read it already. Y'all ain't read it. It's too big of a book. It's too big of a book because you ain't even read the Bible. He told you to read that. You didn't read the Quran. He told you to read that. You didn't read it. It's too big of a book. Look at it. Don't take my word for it. It's too big of a book. These niggas ain't read it. They didn't read it. You see, you get into the thousands of pages, niggas say, you know what? I'm going to read the first chapter and I'm going to sound deep. Because that's all you really got to do. Read the first chapter and now you can be Rashad Jamal. Simple. You just read all you got to do is read the creation. And now you know what's going on. And niggas couldn't read the whole book. It's too much for them. They said, well, shit, this is enough. The first 3 pages. I can make a whole career out of this. No, you got to read the whole book because it's not about a religion book. Y'all want to still argue religion. This is a prophecy book. It had nothing to do with no religion. Silly goose. But if you would have read it, you would have saw that. So let me see if I can find. Let's see what he says. I'm going to read it. Remember, your olive tone parents of long ago, the woolly-haired beings, 9 ether, Rashad, Jamal, man, 9 ether, or what the other rapping ass nigga that was rapping in the what you call it, to KRS-One, 999. But you want to know why they were saying 999? Because that's how he was writing it to them. And unless you read the Holy Tablets, you don't know it wasn't 999. It was actually 9 to the 9th power of 9. But you don't know that because you ain't read it, you bit. So now everybody talking about 999. Okay, what it mean? It means we're 9 ether. Okay, so that's right next to it. What do that mean? It means we're black. Wrong. Incorrect. You understand? So let's read it together. Let me stop sharing this real quick. Let's read it together. Remember, your olive tone parents of long ago, the woolly-haired beings, 9 ether, or let's stop right there real quick. Remember the olive tone when they said Jesus ain't black? He was olive tone. If we go look up olives right now, them folk gonna feel stupid. What does that mean? They still look black or dark-skinned. Or if you were really saying it, the green hue, which would have been the Ethiopians. Whole different conversation, of course, but we can get into it. So 999, 9 to the 9th power of 9. Boom. 9, he said what? The woolly-haired beings, 9 ether. That's where they stop at. They say, oh, that means woolly hair. It doesn't. That's just a part of what makes you 9 ether, having the woolly hair. But explain the 9 components. Niggas be sitting there like, 9 components? You talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, nigga. Tell me what xenon is. Tell me what the neon is. Break down the 9 components of 9 ether. And they'll be sitting there looking stupid. And then you open the Holy Tablets and you read it and say, this is where you got it from for real. You playing games. All right? So 9 ether or 9 to the 9th power of 9. Anybody read that say 999, they don't even know how math looks. All right? 9 to the 9th power of 9 or our kingly crown. Remember I told you, if you got the book, How to Fight COVID and Win, and then you couple it with the book, How to Love Again, you will find out that it's not 7 chakras. That 9 brings you up to that crown for real. right? Which would have been the corona in all actuality. The crown that you think is the crown is only the device that lets off the crown, which is the glow, which is your brain. Visitors to this solar system from risk, which is another word in Arabic that says razak, meaning provided for or provision. Okay? Remember, our dark reddish brown skin, copper tone, perfected in green as the greenness of olive because of the melanin that is within our genetics, which we have coded in our genes. The true Nubians or new beings, y'all ever heard somebody say that? Nubians is just new beings. That's in the Holy Tablets. You know, now we ain't went nowhere. We only have 138 pages so far. If we were to read this up to this point, now this is one page and you just learned something. What do you think they've been doing? That's what I'm telling you. It's one book these people have been doing it from. All right? So you have new beings, you melaninites, and your way of life, nuwabu, or nuwupu. Sound, right, reasoning. When I told you, look up that word NWB in Egypt. Do it for yourself. Type in what is NWB Egypt word, and you will find gold. All right? Golden. Sound, right, reasoning. We are your original etheric parents, the Etherians that have returned in flesh just for you. You hear people talking about Etherians? There we go right there. We are your original etheric parents, the Etherians that have returned in flesh just for you. Why is in flesh important? It ties back around to this olive thing, the woolly hair, all of that, because we said anybody that doesn't confess that whoever these saviors would be came in the flesh will actually be the Antichrist. And they said that they were in the world at that point in time. But why is the in flesh part so important? Because it's not a spirit thing. There's not just no spirits floating around. This ain't no spirit God. These are people. But if you're teaching people as if there's some spiritual mystical stuff, then what happens is there's room for confusion. All right? So you must know, watch this, that in the lunar logging of the 5th point in May, when the planet called Gaia, a living, what is it called? Okay, tell me it's not a channel right now. Just tell me. Tell me it's not a channel right now called Gaia. That if you watch Gaia, they whole channel, go through their episodes, and then you come back and read this big ass book called the Holy Tablets, tell me it's not the same exact information. They just did what people call whitewashed it. It's the same exact information. All right? So they call the whole channel Gaia. But he said what? The planet called Gaia. A living organ. It's an old book. You got to go back to the 1970s, 80s. All right? The Holy Tablets. Called Gaia. A living organism. Also spelled Gaia. All right? Positions itself in the location of revolution of the planet called Earth. In the year 2000 of the Gregorian calendar, the gate in what you refer to, now pay attention to tablet 111. And pay attention to the word gate. The calendar, the Gregorian calendar, the gate, and what you refer to as heaven. This great vortex, when open, and the planets will have realigned themselves and excused the cherubims and their flaming swords from the way to the tree of the eternal life, and open once again the throne of Anu. Watch this. This will be the alignment of the major planets and the mothership, which your what you call it, government is talking about it now. The Pentagon is releasing information on it now. You better tap in, because they're telling you that there's a mothership next to what? Right there. Solar system. Where you are. All right? And the mothership called Nibiru. Listen to how I said this. Nibiru. 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 Nebheru. Nibiru. If they say Nibiru, they didn't know. They weren't around. If they read this word and say Nibiru, they wasn't around. We know you weren't around. If you read Planet Ki, QI, and you say Planet Kai, we know you weren't around. And we know where you getting it from, because you didn't have the pronunciation. But Nibiru, the same way they didn't know how to pronounce Nuwapu, it was actually Nuwubu. But he didn't give that to everybody. So we know who came and bit. You understand? And it was done like that on purpose. Nibiru, not Nibiru. How many people know what I'm talking about? Look at the nigga say universe self. You see why he laughing? Because he know it's not Nibiru. But there ain't nothing, I'm not saying is we going to pick on you for saying it. It's just in conversation. If you say it, if you notice we look at each other, now you know why. All right? Nibiru is how they've been saying it. It's not that. It's Neb Heru. All right? What you will find in Nebu or Nebuchadnezzar in the Matrix movie, a ship, all right? Or it means to cross over or travel abroad, all right? Nearing your solar system, waiting for the time which will be in the lunar logging of the 12th point in August. This is what, look, watch what's happening. The 12th point in August, when the Earth positions itself in the location of revolution of what year did he talk about? Let's go back. This will be the alignment. Go back. What year? Where you at with it? Okay, there we go. In the year 2003, like I said, they haven't known from 2003. They haven't known. Why can I say that? Because I can pull up for you where he had a teaching, which was really a phone call, but it's a teaching, where he said, in the year 2003, they didn't allow for Malachi York to contact anybody. They said they were going to wait until what happened? They were going to wait until this date passed. So like I said, they don't know. They don't have it. Watch this. In the year 2000, hold on, where we at? In the year 2003 of the Gregorian calendar, which is when the vortex will reopen. It is then that the sham passenger ships will reach the planet Earth, coming forth to you for the rebirth of the elite few. All right, that's in a lot of the books, by the way. The 144,000, which we could talk about in a second, when we talk about critical mass, like I said in the Survive song. From the moon base, forming the six-pointed star and crescent moon in the sky as your sign. Okay? If we are blocked. Now, why would he say that? If we are blocked. Because if you go listen to Nuwapians are still under the spell, he said they wouldn't let him talk to anybody. He wrote this. It's a prophecy. If we are blocked, they wouldn't let him talk to anybody the whole year of 2003. He could make no contact. They wouldn't let him. So if we are blocked, we shall continue to try to abduct you up until the lunar logging of the 26th point in June, when the Earth positions itself in the location of the year of the revolution of Earth year 2030. So we just jumped from the 12th point of August, which what you would have been saying 2003, all the way up to the year 2030. Where is the year 2023? Where? The only reason why you will be saying it is because you were merging it with the Man from Planet Risk, where you're talking about a 10 year switch and opening from 1943 to 1953, 63, 73, 83, 2000, 93, 2003, and then you say 2013, then you say 2023. But which one is it? Will it be the 26th point in June, or is it the 12th point in August for 2023? Because the 26th point has passed. But where is 2023? All right? So we go straight to what? What year? It's right here. Earth year 2030 of the Gregorian calendar. Know this, my child. In lunar logging of the 12th point in August, this brings you to 1943, where he wrote it down in the Man from Planet Risk book, page 37. Go to Man from Planet Risk. You can get it on PDF and go to page 37, where you'll see in 1943, you have that August 12th date in there as the completion of their project, when they had to figure all these things out with the time warp that was caused then. You understand? Watch this. 12th point in August, when the planet called Earth positions itself in the location of revolution of Earth. In the year 2043 of the Gregorian calendar, this vortex will reopen and we must depart with or without you. So be prepared. Watch this. My children, listen and understand. These crafts are coming to pick you up, their children. However, all right, meaning what? This may vary. All right, before we move forward, August 12th, 2023, where are you getting that from? Where are you getting it from? Where are you getting August 12th? Now, we just had the birthday, which was June 26th. That just passed. June 26th just passed. Where are you getting August 12th, 2023? there seems to be some confusion here. What date could you just have made up by yourself? When did they say 2012 or 2023, August 12th? No, but they did say in Man from Planet Risk, August 12th, as far as the completion of the project. And they did start charting the vortex or the time warp, if you read Man from Planet Risk, R-I-Z-Q, from 1943 to 2043. So here's the question. Did you miss the lunar logging point this year? Did you miss it? Which would have been what? The 26th of June. Did you miss it? Or is it even recorded to be one in 2023? Are you with me? So pay attention. All the way up to the year 2030, they said they were going to be continuing from the year 2003. Yet you don't know the day and time in between there because it wasn't recorded. So what did he say? Only. I know you're confused. That's why the point is this. There have to be agents of chaos. There have to be agents of confusion. This shouldn't be, I just read it for you. It shouldn't be confusing. I asked, how is 2023 the last pickup point where they said if we are blocked, we will continue to try to abduct you up until the lunar logging of the 26th point in June when the Earth positions itself in the location of revolution of Earth year 2030. If he just said in this book, where they getting all of it from, that they were going to continue to do it up until 2030, right? Then how is 2023 the last pickup year? Or the last pickup period? No. There's another teaching I'm going to pull up for you. This is why there is confusion. I'm typing it in now. Now, I don't know how good that sound quality was, but I'll let you hear it. Right? It's called what? Who can read it? We Have Our Own Time by Dr. Malachi York. We have our own time. All right? Let me see which one will probably be the best sound. I'm going to try this one.
Don't let them trap you on this web, like you said, spring's gonna be in the year 2002. That's not our calendar. We ain't no leap years in our calendar.
What did he just say? He said, don't let them trap. Listen.
Don't let them trap you on this web, like you said, spring's gonna be in the year 2002. That's not our calendar. We ain't no leap years in our calendar. Our calendar would start from one point to the next. I just gave the sisters, I didn't have to go to ancient calendar.
He said, we don't have no leap year in our calendar. That's not our calendar. Don't let them trap you about some 2003. Don't let them do any of that. He said, you will not know unless he was coming to you. Listen, let me see if I can go right to it because it's 30 minutes long. I don't want to bore nobody.
Basing it on things of the moon and the sun, and they are changing.
He said they're basing their time on the moon and the sun, and they're changing. Listen, he's going to say it again. Got to listen close.
His calendar, year 2000, 555, 2000. We know that's in that vicinity, but that's in a Gregorian calendar. He's basing it on things of the moon and the sun, and they are changing. He
said the Gregorian calendar. He said they're basing it off of the moon and the sun, and those things are changing. They're telling you that now. Are you with me? So look at what I'm saying. To even begin to deal with this conversation, you got to take that walk. You got to first tell people where to go to refer to what you actually speaking on. Because if you're going directly just to Man for Planet Risk, you're missing something. You go to the Holy Tablets, you get the full spectrum. You get the full picture. So here's the point. If you are to be abducted on August 12th, if that is the time, where will it be? Where will that be taking place? Because you would know this if you were to be abducted. Because the same way they have an evacuation procedure in the movie Greenland that I showed you, where they send out a message to people, say, hey, it's time to evacuate. It's time to go here. It's time to go there. You would know if it was time to go, and you would know where to go. You would know. Listen, if it was time for you to leave, you would know. And I'm going to tell you something else. If they gave me a message that August 12th it was time to leave, I wouldn't be on here. I wouldn't be on here. I wouldn't be on social media. I wouldn't be on Clubhouse. I wouldn't be on my phone. I wouldn't have a phone. I would be fasting somewhere in the wilderness, preparing to make sure all of my bags were dropped off. That's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be sitting here chilling. You want to know what else? I ain't getting no message about no August 12th or none of that. I ain't get one. So here go the thing. If they're saying that's going to happen, check for them on August 13th. See if they still here. Simple. Kill all the confusion. Let's see. Because if you plan like you ready and this is the year. All right, let's see. August 12th. That's going to pass. All right, August 13th, I'm going to check for you, see if you're still here. And don't just block me like you disappeared. I want to see if you're still here. You understand? No, you don't have to pay for the Holy Tablets PDF. That's online. You just type in Dr. York Holy Tablets PDF. You don't have to pay me for that. What you would probably be getting was my book. Let me see if I still got that there for you to get. No, I got it. It's in the beginning. I ain't pin it. I forgot to pin it. But no, you don't have to pay me for the Holy Tablets. It's on Scribed, or however you say that shit. One day we'll learn how to really say what the fuck they saying. But it's on there. You understand? And you can get it for free. But if you want to do the donation, all that, I got to find it. I can't even find my shit, and I don't feel like getting off here to do it. But if you want to, matter of fact, I had to type it in. But you got to do, if you want my books, you got to send a donation to Play for Change with your email. I'm typing it now. Send a donation to email. And then I'll send them to you. There's my 9 books. All right? I got 9 books that you can get from me. But other than that, if you want the Holy Tablet, that's free. All right? They'll call it a Reptilian Disclosure Project. It might be a little headache, but you can still find a way to download it. I think you got to sign up. But even if you don't download it, you can still read it. But sometimes it glitches. But you can still read it. You just got to bear with it. All right? So what'd he say?
Because they are expanding and contracting, and it's not the same. But time is shifting.
He said it's not the same. Time is shifting. People don't want to refer to what Pop said. He said time is shifting. Listen.
Women, don't be letting them lock. So your man said a Faise One is coming in the year 2000. Don't fall for that crap. So on May 5th, 2000, it doesn't come. Because that's what happened between Muslims when they try to put me to test on the earthquake in because you don't know our calendar.
He said you won't know our calendar. Listen.
Once you learn our calendar, all our dates and everything will be totally accurate.
He said once you learn our calendar, all the dates and everything are totally accurate. Listen.
As long as we're still depending on the Roman or the Muslim or the Jewish calendar, our dates can't be accurate. And who's holding that back? Me or you? You gotta learn our calendar. If I'm there, then you know it. Then, believe you me, when I get you the direct date, I'm not putting no book for him like...
Listen, he said, believe you me, when I get you the direct date, I'm not putting it in no book for him. When I get you the direct date, I'm not putting it in no book for him. That was coming from his words. Watch.
And then you know it. Then, believe you me, when I get you the direct date, I'm not putting no book for him like my sister said. You know, put in the book exactly what we're going to be doing on May 5th, 2009. That's good to you. They'll do everything in their power to eliminate us.
He said they'll do anything in their power to eliminate us.
I'm not telling them the real date.
I'm not telling them the real dates.
Wake up, y'all.
Wake up, y'all. No man knows the hour or the day, and you still don't know. Where you think you let me ask y'all a question. Where you think you going without him? Listen, I've been telling y'all about the Holy Tablets since I was 10 years old. You didn't probably know me then. But I've been teaching since 10 online. Okay? Whether it be YouTube, the MySpace shit, the Facebook came around. I've been teaching since I was 10. I ain't really have nobody listen, so probably like one person. But still, I've been telling somebody. Teaching about the Holy Tablet since I was, 10 years old. When have I ever said, I want you to let me know? When did I say, all right, y'all, it's time to leave. Make sure y'all ready to beam up out of here. I've been teaching for a long time, and I'm only 24. I've been teaching in high school. I've been teaching in the hoods. I've been teaching in the churches. I've been teaching in the country. I taught when we went to the island. Everywhere I go, I teach. I be in a strip club teaching. Can't help it. Wherever I go, I'm teaching there. I'm not lying to you. I went to the strip club one time. Me and my brothers, they had some business they had to handle. I accompanied them. It was about some money. I had to give me some money. I said, nigga, I'm still going to go with y'all. I go into the strip club. I met this sister. We sat, and it confused the whole club. We sat in one of these sections for 5 hours. And what were we doing? We were talking. Every time somebody walked past, they looking like they seen some shit out of a sci-fi movie. They didn't know what that meant. What does it mean that what is this nigga spitting game? What is he doing? Are you going to share her? What are you doing? You're just sitting here talking to one of the dancers. And the sister was learning. She was giving me information. I was giving her information. And she kept saying that I got him when it was time to leave. She said, it's 1,000 ways to get paid. And then when I was about to leave, I asked her, what do you mean by that? She said, well, I didn't have to dance or none of that. She said, but you paying me through this conversation. Do y'all get my point? I'm teaching all the damn time, from the conscious information, the world history information, all the stuff we've been taught about, all this most advanced shit. You seen my books, you read them, whatever, my videos, da-da-da-da-da. All right, have I ever said it's time to go? We beaming up. Have I ever said on this day, y'all better be ready because we finna beam up out of here. We're leaving. Time to leave. No. Why did I not say that? Why do the math? Why would I not say it's time to go? Because where the fuck we going without Pops? For one. We can't even navigate this shit called this conscious community shit without him. Everything from Nuwapu to Wusabat, all that shit has fallen apart without him. Because you forgot him. When you listen to my pop song, I said, how they forget about the one who gave us back our vision. You were blind men walking. You were dead men walking. Sleepwalking is what you were doing. Meaning everything was active but your higher self, called your prefrontal lobe or your frontal lobe or your prefrontal cortex. All the instinctual reptilian parts of yourself is still working to this day. You're under that spell of sleep. And you're walking around here under Kingu still. He said the Nuwapians are still under the spell. Not just Kingu, Leviathan. You understand? Which takes you to the sea monster. A whole different conversation, because now they talking about the sea monster with the brain, the hippocampus. There's a spell. So we ain't even been able to navigate or walk on the water out here. Where we finna go? So now, have I pushed Nuwapu? No. Have I pushed Wusabat? No. Have I pushed Christianity? No. Have I pushed Hebrew Israelite? No. Have I pushed any one school and said, this is what we're going to do? No. I said we're going to stand on the right knowledge, and we're not going to forget who opened our eyes to all of the tricks from everything I just named. So where y'all think y'all going and y'all forgot them? That's the first step. Not to mention, he didn't say everybody was doing nothing. He didn't say just because you put on this garb and say Rahubat and Ashuk and Zamal and Zamatad, and I don't trust none of that. As a matter of fact, I trust the motherfucker who come and greet me without speaking before I trust the motherfucker to say Rahubat or Shalom or peace. I don't trust any of that. I hear you and see you for who you are when you meet me or when I meet you. I know exactly where you're standing from. I know exactly where you're emitting from. That don't mean anything to us. You understand? So the language has already been given. They playing the language game. I asked one of the brothers, I said, how are you going to make contact? Because he not out here. So there's no way you're opening any vortexes. There's no way you're actually calling forth anybody because you can't do it now. So you ain't made contact. Where are you going? How are you going to get contact? The only person that I know of, the last person that I know of who was able to call down the ships and show people this in real time is Malachi. And said, what'd he say? Those people are waiting to take you. If you don't believe me, that's fine. Go listen to him. He said, who and what are you? Dr. York, who and what are you? One of the most powerful teachings. Dr. York, who and what are you? He said, I'll be crazy. He said, I took thousands of people. He said, I took hundreds of people up and I showed them. They said they wanted to see the crowds. He said, I told them what to chant and they came down. And what did he say? He said, those people are waiting to take you. When I talk to these new niggas, what I mean by new niggas is not saying that they ain't been around. What I mean by new niggas, they doing some shit a different way. You understand? That isn't the way, which is the way, or patarak. They talking about it's the ancestors. It's the link to the ancestors that's going to get us there. What are you talking about? He said those people. He ain't talking about no galactic ancestors, none of the people. He ain't spiritualizing it. He ain't brought it into animism. He said the people. He said those people are waiting to take you. Right? And I know some of the elders who was there. I wasn't there. I was too young. As a matter of fact, I wasn't born when that happened. You understand? At least I know the elders who were there, who witnessed it. You understand? And some of them might be here present. And they listening because they know, okay, something ain't right. So then, all right, we're approaching August 12th. All you know about it is that it's been written down in the books. When did he say that date for 2023? When did he say it? Now, he said, Basil told the people in that room, because they didn't know better. He told the people in that room, he made this up. He made up August 12th. We ain't never said no August. Lies. And I just read it for you. And I can show you a man from Planet Risk. But you've misconstrued it. You misconstrued it. So to proclaim this for 2023, you had no authority to do that. So who said it? And he said, eventually he said, Baba never said it. Okay, then why y'all teaching people this? Here's the bottom line. I'm looking out into this world. Ain't nobody ready. I see this world. I haven't met a single soul that's ready. Nobody's ready. We ain't figured out Earth. Nobody's ready to leave and travel to a whole nother planet. Nobody's going anywhere. To date, nobody's ready. You understand? So then the questions need to be asked and they need to be answered. What's going to happen on August 12th? Now, you hear the scientists speaking about solar flare activity, which could result in a geostorm. They've been talking about that, as a matter of fact, for the past 5 years, since 2018. That's not new. Okay? Now, they didn't really specify all of the dates, but it does say with August 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, you're going to be witnessing potential solar flare activity. Okay, I do remember the teaching about the sun that people seem to be forgetting, and how one of the travels or the gateways to leave this realm is through the sun. You gonna survive that? Through the sun. Which means that even if you're traveling in a vehicle, that vehicle has to be able to withstand the pressure of the sun, not just the heat, the pressure of it. Okay, cool. So what is to happen on August 12th? Here's the bottom line. Malachi York is in prison. The only person with the answer. He can't answer these questions directly. So we don't know these answers. So you want to know what people who thought August 23rd, or August 12th or 2023 was going to be the day they left the planet Earth would have done by now? You would have got him out of prison. You would have got him out of prison by now. Remember, I'm 24. I wasn't able to do any of this. You would have taken them 21 years. Matter of fact, you would have taken them 20 years from the year 2003, and you would have made sure he was out. If you thought it was going to be 2013, you would have taken them 10 years and made sure he was out. No, you played with time. That's why I say we had time. Because you don't understand how fast time is about to pass from this point. We had time. No. You want to know what Malachi said? Since everybody want to forget what he said, when it's all over, only 9 of you will be with me. Only 9 of y'all are going to be left. He said, when it's all over, there'll be enough for you to fit in a Volkswagen. So they keep making this statement about he's shaking the tree. Let me tell you something. All them people who ain't humble enough to realize you don't know what's going on, you falling off the tree. Because it's that humility that allows you to hear. And I know it ain't time. Because we're not ready. So how you going to just throw out it? Remember they were counting up the votes and then they just announced that George Bush won? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Wait, hold on. Where is that at? What are you talking about? We didn't even... What are you saying? It's the 7th year. 7th year. We got 7 years to the 9th year. 2023 is the 9th year. 2 plus 2 plus 3. That equals 9. Nope, got you. 60-23. There's a trick with the numbers. The 9th year. Are you with me? And what did he say? We have our own dates. So couple it. The 9 walked through what? Somebody do the math for me real quick. Somebody solve it. Somebody solve it. 60-23. No, you're right. I said it wrong. 60-30. 6 plus 3. But why would I say 60-30? Again, if you go look up Dr. York Prophecy, I appreciate you for correcting me. Dr. York Prophecy, what will you find? On YouTube, that he breaks down that the year 2000 was actually the year 6000. So it wouldn't be 2030, it would be 60-30. From that point on, what did he say? The vortex will reopen in the year 2043. And they got to leave. With or without you. No, I said it wrong. It's 60-30 because that's what I was saying. 7 years from 2023. Which is 2030, which is 60-30. Are you with me? So what is the danger of false prophecy? It's to say that the prophecy isn't incorrect. It's that when people bring false prophecy, it's not that nobody has the ability to give a prophecy. But when you bring forth a false prophecy, it causes confusion. You understand? It is important for people to remember that. Now, am I telling you to believe that anybody's leaving the planet? And I'm not telling you to do any of that. I'm just telling you, if we were going to speak in terms of these days or dates and time, then you would have to start with where it came from, admit what you don't know, because you don't have that information, which one of the brothers did admit that. They said, we don't know. At one of the bookstores I went to, they said, we don't know. We don't have enough information about that. So you admit what you don't know, and you can only qualify what you do know, and that's what's written down already. You understand? Other than that, you're just giving conjecture or guessing. All right? So I want you to pay attention. So now we got that cleared up. Ain't never been no August 12, 2023, or no June 26, 2023 spoken of. Only thing you could be saying is the fact that it's a 10-year cycle from 1943. Only thing you could be saying. But what date does it fall on? So here go the question. If this is the last year, then that's it then, right? Okay, so by the 8th year, which is 2024, all right, which I'll give you the science of why I'm saying 8 year too. You'll learn that too. Why do I say 8 year? Well, you see it in the symbols, and you just pay attention. Some of y'all probably already get it. All right? But just think about the number 8 and what it appears to be. All right? That means when the 8th year comes, ain't none of y'all supposed to be here no more. If you were ready. Nah, man. The problem is you think we just finna leave this planet, first of all, without Pops. All right? Without the one who could open and let us know what's going on. You think that's finna happen. I don't know how you thought that. And you also think that it's over with as far as you figured it out and the rest of the world just is left to burn and you get to be the cream of the crop and you leave. That's not how this works. You understand? It's a lot more that needs to be handled while you're here still. And you trying to dip out. Why? Because it's easier? You got to handle what's going on here. It's a lot of tests happening right now. You'll get it one day. Listen, I'll break down for you what the 8 is. It's very simple. When you see it, you can be like, what? You'll see it. All right? It's not infinity. Okay? But you'll see what I mean. Okay? And what I've been doing. But we're not finished, y'all. All efforts and energy should have been focused on getting Pop out of prison since 2002, May 8th. I was just telling my homie, I said, we don't know what's going on out here. Why they playing? We don't know. And if you telling me Pop sending messages that ain't even going according to what he just said, something wrong. Something wrong. Now, the government is saying what he just said on this tape I played for you. They're saying, yo, the planet is speeding up in the rotation. We got to add a leap second. There's going to be more days in a year. They're saying time is speeding up. That's what your government is saying right now. So how is it going to be the same as that measurements? What the hell is a leap year or a leap second or a leap? Why y'all jumping up? Sit still. They can't sit still. Okay? And they don't overstand the time. But he said what? We have our own time. Now I wonder, do anybody remember that he said this? That's why I remember what he said. Not about no religion he taught. I'm not talking about no trying to stay no religious person that was learning Christianity or trying to stay no religious person learning Islam. Don't play me like I'm trying to say I'm only coming from one of his schools. No, I remember what he was saying beyond all that teaching shit, because he really said he wanted to get past. He said once you get through learning about how great you are and how you're Abraham and how you're key and all this, he said after you get done learning that, then you can get into the real knowledge about the real you. You feel what I'm saying? Not the synthetic you. And he wanted to give people that. He said, but he had to come and give people what they wanted so they could learn to think on the level of what he had to give. You understand? So, no, you forget who we dealing with. And this in his teaching, if y'all can bear with me, where he said he'll come to you in the dreams. He said, I'll be coming to some of y'all in dreams. Some of y'all, he's speaking on incubation. Same thing we've been doing since the beginning of all of this. Incubation. Not incubi, that's where your sleep incubation, when you have some type of experience or message being sent to your dreams. You understand? Where they can come into that dream state. They show you a small example of that, which isn't really sleep incubation, but they show you an example of some type of interdimensional interference in the TV show Man Who Fell to Earth, where he was able to create the tornado, which gave him a void where the government couldn't hear or see into that vortex. You understand? Same thing with the sleep incubation. Except now they got more surveillance. I just was figuring out recently that they got more surveillance that they're using to watch even your dream state. So I told you, it's getting crazy. I was telling one of my people, because I was teaching about astral projection. He said, why are you teaching all of this? He said, don't you know the government watching? I said, nigga, they watching me in my sleep. Them niggas is watching me while I'm astral projecting. They got surveillance that goes into the astral plane. Ain't nowhere we finna be able to run and not be able to show you unless it's provided for us. So I'm going to show you anyway. Ain't no hiding it. You understand? It's all here. They can see everything. You get what I'm saying? So watch this. Let me see if we can get to it.
So we trying to hold me, so have enough sense to realize they pop think that. I ain't talking about the 2003, that's for him.
He said, I ain't talking about no 2003, that's for him. I'm telling y'all, it's more to it. It's way more to this than what people think.
Don't you listen, I'll let you know when it's time.
Boom, that's Pops. Y'all heard him? Y'all heard him? Did you hear him? Sabians, you got to know why I'm coming like this. You got to know why I'm coming like this. I'm not coming like this because you call yourself Sabians. I wouldn't be coming like this because if you call yourself Christians all of a sudden. You got to know why I'm coming like this, because y'all forgot him and what he was saying. And y'all got all these agents saying this, that, and the third, and it's been confusion. Now, I'm going to go back, and I want you to hear him in this moment say what you need to hear about not just this year, about 2030, about 2043, about 2003, about 2000, about what's written in the holy tablets, about the in-betweens that you would have to read to be able to figure out why them dates were even positioned a certain way. They don't know, y'all. Sacred and safeguarded for a specific time period. And that time period was being brought through him. Now watch what he's going to say. What do you mean why I want extraterrestrials? Here y'all go with that. Why? What do you mean? He said they wouldn't intervene. He said they wouldn't. That was a long time ago. Here's what I tell you to do without going off on you. I'll tell you to go listen to Dr. York, Persecution of the Righteous. Listen to it, all right? I think by the time you get to like 16 minutes in, you'll get why I told you to listen to it. But he tells you, you know, people ask, won't Allah, which when you say Allah, who you think you're talking about? The Allahumma or Elohim, Elohim, the gods, which is what? The extraterrestrials. They said, won't Allah step in and help you? He said, did he step in and help John the Baptist? The answer will be no. He would not intervene at that point. So no, they're not intervening right now. You know, all these things happen in a timely manner. Now, look, I don't know the timely manner. Notice I ain't say, but they will intervene on December 22nd. I ain't saying, look, I don't fucking know. All right? But I know what he said. And I know that they're here because I've experienced them. He said they won't intervene at that point. All right? Literally, go listen to it. You'll hear him say they will not intervene at that point. All right? So watch this. Listen to what he's about to say. We're going to hear him say it out of his own mouth.
Wake up, y'all. We trying to hold me. So have no sense of love.
He said, wake up, y'all. You hear him? It's Pop speaking.
I think that, though. I ain't talking about the 2003. That's for him. Yeah. Don't you listen. I'll let you know when it's time.
He said, don't you worry. Listen, I'll let you know when it's time. This name of this tape is Dr. Malachi York. We have our own time. They forgot about that.
Hold me, so have no sense of love. I think that, though. I ain't talking about the 2003. That's for him. Yeah. Don't you listen. I'll let you know when it's time. And you won't even have to be near me.
Did you hear him? He said, I'll let you know when it's time, and you won't even have to be near me. Why would he say that? Why would he say that? Now, this was before they came and got him in 2002. He told you before they came and got him. He said, I ain't talking about you no 2003. Are you with me? You got to know where to listen to. Like, this is why the movie is called Knowing, not Believing. If you don't know, you don't know, so something wrong. Until you know it, then it's righteous. He said, I'll let you know. He said, you won't even have to be near me. Listen to him.
You know when it's time, and you won't even have to be near me. Some of y'all see me in your dreams now.
He said, some of y'all are seeing me in your dreams now. Were y'all listening to him? This is what aggravated me. Like, did he come to the right generation? Because it seemed like we would have listened to some shit like that. Were y'all listening to him to be able to tell? Why are none of the elders telling us this? Why I got to only hear it from him? The elders should be stressing this like a point like no other. The elders should be able to teach us how to tune in so that we can receive messages directly from him. Why are we crowding around to get updates? Why do they got to read us a letter and give us an update? We can't look at the letter. We can't fact check the letter. Why? When he said, what? I'll let you know. Then why are we not able to just communicate? Well, why are people not able to just communicate with him? Why? If you want to go see him right now, go see him. He'll have a message for you. If you want to go see Pop right now, go project to him. All right? He'll have a message for you. How many people been walking with me? I ain't said a lot of shit recently, but how many people were walking with me when I was saying a little more than what I'm saying now? I just told you how. Or when you go into the lucid realm, call him forth to you. You don't hear me talking? Call him in the lucid realm. Do something because he said it right here. Am I making this up? I don't need your update. I need him to tell me. Because that's when that bing comes. And that's equivalent of somebody calling you on the phone. And what was the movie saying? E.T. phone home. When you get that ringing in your ear, or what you think is in your ear, all right, which is really something that's tuning into your pineal. And the scientists have a way that they've merged a condition into it. They call it tinnitus. Okay? Are y'all with me? This is what's been taught already. When you get that ringing and you say, why do I feel like I need to go outside? Go outside. I'm not telling you you're going to beam up. I'm just saying go outside, see what you see. Or be quiet and remember. Listen. Huh? So when that joint, you'll hear it. Because watch it. If you say, I want you to listen closer. You're not just hearing a low tone. I want you to listen to it again. I want you to see if you can hear the high-pitched tone. And I'm not saying anything high-pitched. One of the secrets of the Om. Om. You can hear it. It's a high pitch. It's ringing. It's actually ringing. There are actually 3 tones in the Om. The Ah, the Oo, the If you ever really meditated with monks, they don't just say Om. They say Om. All right? There's another one where they come in a different way. They say Tho, T-H-O. Tho. I want you to do all this by yourself. And I want you to listen for the ringing sound until you hear it. It's a high-pitched ringing sound. Why? Because that's the basic sound of the universe. The Om, the water sound. I told people to hear the Om. If you want to hear the Om, take a deep breath, hold your breath, and go underwater. And you will hear the Om. Now, you don't even have to go underwater. I want you to do it right now. You want to hear the Om? Do you want to hear the basic sound of the universe? The flow of the universe? I'll tell you what to do right now. We're going to do it for 5 seconds. I want you to take, for 5 seconds, put your hands over your ears. You hear it? It's actually saying it to you. Om. Om. As soon as you put your head there, you hear it. Om. Now, if you were to go underwater, you would hear the same thing. Now, when you hear the tone, you're hearing a piece of that tone. When you're hearing a ringing in the ear, you're hearing a piece of it. Now, you're not present to hear all of it. But you can hear a piece of that tone, and it's ringing. How many people you're doing random things? You walk into the mailbox, all of a sudden you hear this ringing sound, high pitch. And you look like, where the fuck did that just come from? And it sounds like it's coming from inside your ear, but you can hear it. As if it's coming from outside. All right? That's the tuning. Okay? But I want you to also watch the movie Dark City and find and wait for and listen for the scene where they said the man called Murdoch. It's in the movie, Murdoch. They said the man called Murdoch was able to tune. And if you pay attention to the tuning, that tuning was coming from his brain. Listen, you cannot play in this day and time. You can't play. The game is over. You can't play like you in contact. You can't play like you know what this is about. This is way too advanced to just be some simple thing that you could play around with. It's way too advanced. No government done set up whole cities to try to track this shit. What do you think Washington, D.C. is for? What do you think the Pentagon actually is? What do you think these satellites is about? And you think you're going to be able to just come forth and act like you know? No, family. The bottom line is, when you travel through this realm, the gravity, the weight of being here, it causes you to forget a lot of things. So even if you were one of the visitors, you run the risk of forgetting as soon as you come through here, depending on how you come through here. Which is why certain people had to be visited even as visitors. The visitors had to be visited. You with me? Even if they weren't from here, the visitors had to be visited. And they had to be reminded and brought back to the light. Okay? The world you dealing with here has to be fixed. Simple. Who gonna fix it? Now, if you waiting on somebody to come down here and fix it, you got a problem because they said they not gonna do that until you do some shit. You gotta fix it. So where you going and you ain't even clean your room? Did you catch it? You ain't even clean your room. Where you going? I'm finna go play outside. What? Go clean your room. You got a whole planet that is crying out. You just gonna abandon the world and you still here? Niggas done left in their brain and say, I ain't even here no more. I'm on the ship. We have a world to reach. Because let's watch this. Let's say, like in the Survive song, what did I say? Why you think I put them on that fast? Because even if they ain't vegan and they do that, they still can reach critical mass. Why? Because the 144,000 have to be electrified, elect. And what did I tell you? By the year 2024, if people ain't saying, I'm going to vote for myself, something went wrong on this timeline. Because that would be them saying they're going to electrify themselves or cause themselves to be enlightened or lit up, like I put in the How to Love Again book. Are you with me? So critical mass would say, well, what do we mean by 10,000 saints? Or what do we mean by reaching 10,000 people? Well, if each one of 144,000 of you were to reach out and from one tone express and affect 10,000 people with that same type of alteration of consciousness, you'll reach the whole global population exponentially. You will reach the whole globe. There will be which is a chain reaction when you really deal with it, because the critical mass would be dealing with the chain reaction if we were dealing with physics. I know people think I'm just talking. Let me go ahead and look this up for you so you can see this, what I'm saying. Because I put it in the song, but I want you to understand what I mean, because if I don't explain it, people will think I'm just... Critical mass probably is perceived the wrong way. People think critical mass would mean utmost, or the top, or the highest potential. No. Which wouldn't even be highest potential, the highest activity. Because highest potential wouldn't even be the top, because that's just potential. That don't even mean the action. You understand? Which would be the action potential if you were dealing with terms of the body. No, I say critical mass. Now, we're going to look at what critical mass means, and I want you to look at the physics term also. All right? Watch. Critical mass, the minimum amount of fissile material needed to maintain a nuclear, what? Chain reaction. Are you with me? Now, what's the other definition? The minimum size or amount of something required to start or maintain a venture, which is what? A travel. So when I said I put them on that fast, because even if they ain't vegan and they do that, they still can reach critical mass. Meaning the lowest point required for you to take this walk. Even if you didn't have the electrified body yet, from your dietary alterations or whatever you want to call it, even if you didn't experience a certain level of alkalinity, all right? If you're fasting, your body is still speeding up. Listen to the word fast. Okay? So then, if you take the definition from the venture part, the traveling, and what it required, all you need is this to travel with me. I don't need you to be what all these other people are claiming to be. I don't need you to put on this garb of self-righteousness or this illusion of righteousness. All I need you to do is be willing. And fasting requires will. Are you with me? Fasting requires will. Abstinence requires will. Celibacy. Or if you want to hit the ceiling, which will be the heavens. When you say ceiling, what is cellar? Ceiling. All right? But if I say cellar, what am I also saying? Which will be heavens. All right? And if I say bait, I'm saying to strike. So if you want to strike the heavens, or be celibate, or become closer to the stars, or reach those stars, or break past that ceiling, or that cellar, and go beyond that, that requires will. So that's the critical mass point. Then you start rewiring your brain. You start reassessing and changing the realm around you, because as within, so without. So when you rewire your brain, what you think is going to happen to the people that you encounter? You're fasting. Have you looked around? People that don't even know who I am. You see how many people are fasting? All right? Since I even put out the book, How to Fight COVID and Win, 2021. You see how fasting has become more and more prominent, is more toward the forefront? Exactly. You see different, you hear different. And then you start looking forward to it. You say, okay, I just did this fast. We just did a 2-day fast. It was simpler. Okay? I know you're looking forward to the next one. I know you are. Because you just did one and you say, okay, I feel good. You can eat, but it's like, you know what? I could fast again. You understand? You did a 9-day fast. I know you can survive a 3-day fast. You just did a 9 one. I bring it down to the 2 to give you a little room. But you know another big one's gonna have to come. But look, here's my point. I can't force nobody to fast. Are you with me? You get what I'm doing? I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. You're not fasting for me. You ain't fasting to report back and say, Faise, I did it. I don't know if you're telling the truth or lying, because it's irrelevant. Only person that is relevant to is yourself. So you can't act like you getting it. You can't be eating the whole 9 days and come out and say, I was with y'all. I did the fast. That was amazing. We feel great. Do we? Because something came through. But you could only experience that with the experience. No, I haven't done the fast with no liquid and no food yet. We have to make sure people understand what they're doing. You understand? Somebody would say they wanted to go ahead. They said, I'm going to do the 40 days. After the 9 day, or it was a 4-day, I think we did a 4-day one recently. He said, I'm going to keep going with the 40 days. I said, family, eat. You know what I'm saying? Eat. He said, you're right. I'm already eating. It's like, yeah, I can feel you because I'm going through it with you. Somebody hit me up and said, this one was more difficult. I said, exactly. Why, though? Why was this one more difficult and we just did a 9 one and we aced it? Because we're working on different things. We may not understand it all. That's fine. That's the point. We don't understand it all. That's the point. You understand? But I'm going through it with you. I ain't over here, oh yeah, I'll make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, you got to fast. I ain't doing that. I know what you're going through. Nigga told you going to do 40. You know who he is. You know what I'm saying? And look, I would have saluted, but I would say, look, family, eat, because I feel you. You understand? Eat, nigga. These numbers pop into my brain and I go. They say 5 day, I don't go 5. What's the date? 9 through 11. Somebody asked me, so what's the significance of 9 to 11? I said, I don't know. I have no idea. Shit, I say, look, let's figure it out. Maybe they saying there's an emergency coming. 911, I don't know. And I'm the first person to tell you when I don't know something. So you got to know there's something else there. But what I can say is, let's say there was no mystical, spiritual, none of that heavenly meaning behind it. You're getting healthy. So even if people could only see the health benefit of it, I can't make them do it. They have to take the walk. They got to take the walk. You understand? And we do it more, and we do it more, and we do it more. And then what's happening in that same sense is what? In the process, you're developing a stronger will. Because you can turn down food. So your brain is actually becoming stronger, y'all. Listen, like I said, I have the key to the 8 year. Same way I told you I had the key to the 7 year before we got here. So we had the key to the 7 year. I have the key to the 8 year. But by the time we get to the 8 year, you'll already understand the key to the 8 year. So what you gonna do? You got to get off that fence. And it's easier to get off that fence when you got your brothers and sisters walking right there with you. When you got other elect. There was another question that wasn't with the pickup conversation, but it was something else. They said, how do we know we chosen? You choose yourself. Not choose yourself as in you select yourself to be leaving this planet, But you choose yourself to be the ones who, first of all, start to remember or remind yourselves. If you don't have that will, then it won't happen. But if you do, watch. All right? So commend yourself. Clap for yourself. Applaud yourself for doing it. I didn't do it. Don't give me the glory. Don't give me the praise. Just, if anything, I just reminded you. I just reminded you, because what would we be doing if we weren't fasting together? What would we be doing if we weren't leaving? If people right now, because I told people to do it, I hope they did, and I hope they took heed, but I was telling people, leave 2 vices behind after this one. All right, after this one, leave 2 vices behind. Drop this, drop that. If where we would be at. You understand? So it's obedience, it's humility, all right? And again, you can still speak in terms of the extraterrestrial conversation, but you have to also be able to admit where you don't know what you're talking about. And when you start blending in extraterrestrials, Neteru, and all this other stuff like you know, but you can't explain it, you cause confusion. So just say you don't know, and I respect it. And then stop telling other people that you know. Because the danger is that they look up to you and you act like you know, they'll just believe you. You say, weed, the only thing that's hard. I overstand. Listen, I overstand. I'm just telling you, look, imagine this. I'm not telling you to lean on me or rely on me. Okay? However, the science of being able to lean on somebody, it helps. It helps with rehabilitation. It helps with motivation. It helps with inspiration. It helps with all of that. That's why when you have somebody like Malachi who has as much charisma, as much energy, as much prowess as he has, and as much sense of direction as he has, other people were affected by that positively. You understand? And because it was so abundant, they could feed off of it. So you know what? He right. I can walk another 30 miles today. He right. I can get up. You know what? He doing it. I can do it. He right. I can eat better. I can do this. I can do that. I can think about our children. I can learn Arabic. I can do that. And they did it. They did it. The generation before me did it. They learned the language. They became the teachers. They built Tamaray. They did all of that. All right? And he said he saw it before it ever happened. He said, I seen all of this. I saw all of this. So what do I keep reminding people? I can't do this by myself, so don't look at me like I'm the only person. No, I can't do it by myself. That's why if I could do it by myself, I wouldn't come on here talking about no fasting. I'll come on here, sell a book. I'll probably be writing some Romeo Juliet type shit. Sell a book, get a product, get some money, dip out, and do this shit on my own in the back. I can't do this by myself. All right? I can do what I can do. But I can't do the whole thing by myself. That's why it takes more of us. All right? And that critical mass number would be 144,000. You have to do your numbers on it. You have to really do your research on what I'm saying. But that is a critical mass number. They actually had a critical mass movement. You had to look that up. You understand? Where the same science and math was applied. I don't know what became of it. It was a while back. But it's still reality. So it's not just some random number that happens inside your body. A lot of people say 144,000 is just your nerve system. Yo, man, as within, so without. So if it's our nerve system and the system inside of our body, what happens outside of our body? Explain. There's more to it. You get me? So the dangers of false prophecy is that people become confused. All right? So I wanted to, that's why another thing, eventually I'm going to get another phone so we don't got to keep going off on here. But I wanted to visit the Matthew 24, where they mentioned it, but we might not have time to do that. But I will read Matthew 24:24, right? For there shall arise false prophets, there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Right? Now, why is that important? Because the very elect would mean those of you who are supposed to be conscious and woke. Don't be deceived. All right? And I'm going to play something for you. I want you to listen to it. But I still got to pull it up. When it comes to all these prophecies people making, all this stuff, listen. All right? Especially if somebody make a prophecy and that shit don't come to be. All right? Listen to this.
They never told us the hidden meanings of things. Now it's time for the people of Nuapo to come forth again. When you want to know the truth or right knowledge, ask. That's what I'm here for. You may not like the answer I give you. Don't believe me. Don't believe anybody. Carry that with you off this mountain. He said, don't believe anybody. Okay?
Now, if you know how everything works, man, you should know. That's the message. Don't believe anybody. He said, in the other one, he said, I'll be coming to you in dreams. Some of y'all are already coming to you in dreams. Don't believe anybody. If you want to know the answers, ask him. That's what he's here for. Now, here go the challenge. How you going to ask somebody who ain't physically standing in front of you? Exactly. Exactly. That's why he said, some of you, I'll be communicating with you on a psychic level. I didn't say it. He said it. Exactly. Nobody can know that. I beg. I get down on my knees and I beg to differ. No, he already said it. They trying to act like he didn't say these things. That's why I'm playing it for you. That's why I like to be able to go directly to what he said. Stop playing.
I ain't talking about the 2003, that's for him. Don't you listen, I'll let you know when it's time, and you won't even have to be near me. Some of y'all see me in your dreams now. Hear me talking to you now. I will be right there to tell you, now come home. Be here now. If you think that the demon don't come, when you get there, you're going to miss the boat. When I say come, come. I'm lying to myself. I'm making my business to touch certain people.
Right? He said, when I say come home, come home. When I call you home, come home. Right? He said, I'm making my business to touch certain people. He touched my Umi right there on her heel in the classroom. She was sitting in front of the classroom. He walked up to her. He said, you got to be careful. And he touched her on her heel. He said, the devil will try to bite you right on. If you ain't careful, that devil will bite you right on that heel. Which I told y'all the story behind that, or what he meant behind that and how that came forth. Right? But he walked right up to her, tapped on the heel. He would walk up to some of us and just touch you, pow. Touch your shoulder. Touch your head. You know what I'm saying? He would just walk up and do it. If he knew the master, that's what he would just walk up and do. And people didn't understand. But he tell you, right, he said, I make it my business to touch certain people. Listen.
And now, if you think that the demon don't come, when you get there, you're going to miss the boat. When I say come, come. I'm lying to myself. I'm making my business to touch certain people. Now I'm making my business not to touch certain people.
I'm making my business to touch certain people, and I'm making my business not to touch certain people. Listen to him.
You're going to make an equal contact. If I touch you, I'm lining you up and putting you in with me.
He said, if I touch you, I'm lining you up, and I'm putting you in with me. I don't know if people listen.
And putting you in with me, so I can get to that equal down to you. Then if you cut me off because you don't believe it, hey.
Exactly. So he said, I'm touching you, so when that time comes, you can get in tune with me. He said, but if you cut me off and you don't believe me, he said, hey, if you cut me off, you with me? Then hey, that's what everybody been doing. They think it's finna work, and it don't work like that. Simple.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, way out there. Speaking of dreams and visions.
Okay, so I'm here to play one more thing. We might got time to play one more thing. It'll be clearer. All right, I'm gonna go right to it, and wherever it land at, that's where it's gonna play from. I'm gonna go straight to it. Just put me right where it need to be.
You know what I'm saying? And communicate with y'all, but then you don't want to communicate with them. And I went to answer a question. But the brother asked me, why do we keep Malcolm X's picture on the wall? Correct? If we don't agree with things he said. I don't agree with everything Marcus Garvey said either. I don't agree with everything that a lot of people say. I don't agree with everything Noble Drew Ali said either. But these were still prominent black leaders. And in some form or fashion was affiliated with Islam. And I think our children should need some black examples so we teach them about these different people. Though I don't have to agree with your philosophy to respect you. I can respect you for who you are without agreeing with everything you teach. I'll tell you this, extraterrestrials are now communicating with Amorites or the Canaanites because you have no power. And y'all don't want to change. They've been trying to convert y'all for the last 50 years. They sent Elijah Muhammad. What's the first thing Farrakhan said when he came back from Libya? I saw the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in a UFO. Right? That's what Farrakhan taught. That he saw the messenger in a UFO. What did the messenger teach? There's a mothership. A mother plane. And all of them are teaching the same thing I'm teaching. All the ones that know, them Sunnis don't know what they're talking about. They're talking about some God in heaven. They're talking Christianity. The ones who know are talking to you about extraterrestrials. And are y'all listening to the extraterrestrials? No. Are y'all listening to Minister Louis Farrakhan? No. Did you listen to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? No. But Malcolm X, y'all listen to. Somebody who went over there and got brainwashed by the devil. You know what I'm saying? So y'all are asking the extraterrestrials to communicate with y'all, but then you don't want to communicate with them. That whole last, that nothing. Exactly what you were talking about. That's the way. Certain of y'all people are obsessed with the books. It's like a drug to you. Once you got one book, you started going, oh my goodness. Then you read another book, and you become, I don't feel like going to the Ansar Allah community speak. I got something to do. Next thing you know, you sitting up here anyway. I really can't go over there. I can't be so bothered. I'm going to find one of the brothers on the street and talk to him. I got to go to work. I'm going to stay here and talk to him just a little bit longer. You understand? You know you're looking at your watch. I got to be to work at 10 o'clock. Here it is. A quarter to 10, you're still talking to brother and wife. Standing there, something about you keeps pulling you to them. They say the white man know what encounters of a third kind is. Because he remember the first encounter was when the masters came down. The second encounter is when Jesus came down. And he knew the third encounter would be when the mothership comes. He knows what he's talking about. And he knows that inside y'all is a drive to find your way back to the ship. There's something inside that's driving you. And them books got some magic power in them that makes you keep going back to the next book. There's another book out. There's another book out. You're writing and you're marking, you're scribbling, you're checking. You're saying, dang, I found a form. Let me check this out. Come here, swear you got it, and I make the thing you think is so complicated sound so simple. You got it all figured out. I got it now. They made a mistake. You come, Imam, I heard so-and-so, and I say, that's not what it says. Look, you go, oh, okay, back out. 15 more books later, here you are again with another little argument. I got another one for you. Whose time are you wasting? You know where you belong. Your soul is pulling you to the tabernacle, and your body is pulling you away. Let your body win, and you're going to eternal damnation. Let your soul win, and you're going to everlasting life. When they say everlasting life, my sons and daughters, all they mean is when you get out of the earth's atmosphere where the Heavenly Father has created suns and moons to control time, you move into an eternal time system. You only have these time systems when you're trapped in the earth's atmosphere, so 100 years seems like a long time. When you move outside of this sun, moon, and star, this galaxy, time is much, much more broader, and what you call one day could be 1,000 years. That's eternal life. I hope that's understood. Go ahead. Okay?
Okay, earlier you were talking about brothers that are on the train and in the subways. I have had...
You question them. And they're speaking fluent Arabic. Isn't that...
Why are they going up in space? And what is the point of these satellites? What are they for?
They're trying to get out of here. They realize that the ozone layer is gone. They realize that the insects are increasing, the diseases are increasing, that the drugs are increasing, and the white man wants out. He wants to get back to Saturn. He wants out of here. That's why he can spend all that money on diseases or hunger. So when a person is spending money on their transportation while their house is burning down, that means they're planning on doing what? Leaving, point blank. So the white man is trying to get out of here because he sees that this planet, Terra, is about to destroy itself. It's going to self-destruct. And he wants out. Point blank. Simple as that. That's why he's calling them shuttles. A shuttle is to take you from one place to the next. Correct? He wants out. He's going to leave black people here to destroy themselves.
And what about the satellites? What are those for?
Communication, because they need to communicate from interplanetary communication. A satellite is like a telephone, a wireless telephone. Only instead of sending down just FM frequencies for speech, they can send down patterns for sound, color, and it can beam up images. The white man is seriously right now trying to figure out ways to alter DNAs, because he got this from the extraterrestrials, and to transport your DNAs to a hologram and project you into another galaxy, another dimension, and then send your chemistry after that, and you'll, what he call, beam there. He's working on that. Extraterrestrials do it now. He don't have it, and they won't give it to him. So what he's doing is trying to get up there and using satellites to monitor different communications that extraterrestrials are having from ship to ship, but he can't translate it anyway, because they have a crystal translator. He don't know nothing about it.
I like them. Do you have worship services like churches?
Jesus. I don't know why they did that. That should be bothering me every time I hear that. Like, he just broke down about a crystal translator that these people aren't able to even get past, and she came up asking about worship service. But, hey, anyway, he was explaining all of this stuff, all right? So the point is, the dates have significance. You have to understand how and why. And if you're not in touch, you don't know. You don't know. So it has to line up. If August 12th is a day you're leaving, you got to be ready to leave. But you got to learn which one you're teaching. Are you teaching about a vortex opening? Are you teaching about solar activity? Are you teaching about a Stargate? What are you teaching about? It has to be clear so that there's no confusion. You understand? So people can understand. I've been telling you, though, watch that sun. I've been telling you, pay attention to the sun. A lot of things are happening with that sun. Okay? I have been saying, make sure that you speeding yourself up and aligning yourself with the consciousness that is that sun. And some of y'all already get it. Some of y'all been doing it. Another thing, that's the key reason why I can see now that the Source song has been going viral. It's the same memory. It's the same reminder. The Source. And when you come in the name of the Source or in the order of the Source, you have to remember that reservoir, that sun, and you don't forget it. All right? There's key messages that come with it that you should be channeling. I went outside. I said the sun isn't hot. Not to me. Everybody said, yo, it's beaming out here. It's hot out here. I went outside with no shoes on. I regretted it soon after because the actual concrete, the street, that shit was licking. But the sun itself wasn't hot. I don't feel that the sun is hot. Anybody else experiencing that? Everybody talking about how hot the sun is. I walk outside. I don't even feel it. I feel my body start to sweat, and I don't feel hot. Am I the only person? I don't know. Hot to me. My body will sweat. I'm out there. I'm sure there's an effect the same. The effect is happening, but it don't feel hot to me. I can withstand. And I actually have this feeling to look at it. Not sun gaze per se, but to face the sun. Literally put my face to the sun. You understand? So pay attention to that. Definitely wear shoes, though, because that shit burnt the bottom of my feet. After a while, my body was like, hey, nigga, but the concrete is still hot. So what we finna do? I'll run it back to the house, matching shadows of cars and shit. I'm telling you, watch out. Pay attention for that sun. And it'll make more sense. Don't worry. All of this will start making, it has to make sense. While we get on here, while we figure it out, so we open the Holy Tablet, let's go into it, let's see. All right? If there are any dates coming out, anything, if it matches up, let's say August 12th, something does happen with the solar activity. Okay, we need to figure out why. To come back to this book. Let's see what else do we have? Did we miss something? Did we gloss over something? All right, that's how we get down to the bottom of it. And then we just accept the last part of it, which is, well, we don't have all the answers, so we have to wait on the one who does, or we get in tune with the one who does, or somebody among us will be contacted. Or somebody among us will figure it out. Either way, until it's figured out, we can't risk the confusion that comes from just asserting and believing. We have to know. Knowing. All right? Before we get out of here, definitely send a donation if you haven't. If you like this, if you're rocking with me, if you're rocking with the Source song, which I'll play if we got more time after this one go off. Send a donation to support the Source music video. That'll be coming at the end of this month. We'll get that shot. That'll be the next rollout.
I need you to survive.
I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon.
Yeah, these niggas two-faced and that's on bro, they be like drum emoji. One nigga that pop out by my circuit for who coming for me. I want like that, who the fuck told Noodle to switch up on me like that? They say I went dangerous in high school, they don't even know me like that. Called out my city, let's do better, we got the whole world watching. I fuckin' with 24 Heavy with Samo back in my days in Clayco. He son Dion like nigga, remember you don't know me. I'm like damn, say bet, okay bro. And when Nala told me to lay low, and it seemed like shit got a little hot. I was getting death threat, they were flying. Like I became the enemy of every rapper in Atlanta all of a sudden. No pressure, I put up my peace, love and light and brought in them guns. I'm ready, hope they ain't expecting tomorrow to run. I put in the word, it's already done. These niggas too faking that song phone in my show, love to y'all. I'm a real nigga, ain't never wanna see my nigga Paper Love fall. But I couldn't get a feature for Paper Love, he wouldn't even fuck with me. But every video I ever shot for bro, I shot that shit for free. Put it on y'all mama, I wasn't a nigga that y'all could call on. Folks will use you up, but then it's fuck you when it's all gone. Bittersweet, now that I'm the one they got their eyes on. Cause I've been slept on, stepped on, hated on it, then lied on it. Hurts, at least at first, but then you start getting pissed off. Then you start calling names, you're like for everybody till your diss off. I wonder why J. Cole didn't want to sign a nigga. I was 18, but I'm glad, cause looking back, a nigga had it bad, and now I'm doing great things, and it's all good. I'm still in the hood, it made me paranoid. I ain't scared of niggas, I'm a threat to nigga, but I know they gon' shoot cause they scared boys, so I keep mine. Meanwhile, screaming guns down. Some call that contradiction, I call that intuition. I call that I'ma live as long as I can so that I can finish the mission. I'm not Amber Light, but niggas still can't be green when you in this position. I'm talking to myself in the future like, damn, little nigga, why didn't you listen? These people, they evil, they humans, it's vicious. I ain't doing no shows, I feel like everybody trying to set me up, so now I know the Fed be tapping all my phones and every fucking call. I'm already knowing they want me locked and gone forever for the law. They got agents in the conscious community, I never fought with y'all. Why the fuck would I scream free Rashad Jamal? He wasn't screaming out free Doc. Why the fuck would I follow 19 keys? That part of us still locked. Nigga done got it, they feeling cause I've been revealing that they ain't no shit but guap. But them niggas just marketed different than y'all get a ticket to listen to niggas just talk, and that ain't it. I said they name cause I want them to feel me. And I'm throwed off for real, they gon' have to kill me. And then long live me, you feel me? I spoke on YSL, I spoke on Thugger being inside that cell without no bail. With just his voice to creep around their head, he loud as hell. When he come out that bitch and finally hell, only time will tell. But well, until then, I call that guy's work. I said fuck drip, I'm on killings, leaving these lies hurt. Crazy how Trouble, PNB and Takeoff had to die first. For y'all celebrities to admit this shit done fucked us up. But instead of labor money to cover expenses, we doing fish fries. Meanwhile, the NOI making money off us on the west side. Being pie, we didn't know why they wouldn't come help us, but they chastised the police ride. They don't be all in the hood cause they don't even care about crime. I don't see why we can't police our own communities. Call Farrakhan, and I teach my brothers to carry guns cause niggas ain't shooting fair ones. I love y'all. Shit, I need you to survive. Anybody that I mention is still love, but it's like why? All I did was challenge us to do better while we alive. I spoke the truth and now y'all folk want me to die. Why? Like, I need you to survive. Anybody that I mention is still love, but it's like why? All I did was challenge us to do better while we alive. I spoke the truth and now y'all folk want me to die. Why? Hard. Fuck that, bring the beat back. I need you to survive. It's from the heart, shit. I love y'all. I need you to survive. I'm sound really on that, but I'm really on that. All I wanted was to run these streams up so that we could buy land. I had a song called Draco Halo with brother Eastside I Am. You see us in my caution video, cause we were like fam. Till he started fucking with Tory Lanez, Jacquees and Birdman. The energy switched up then. He started attacking my daughter like he ain't give his life for our people and sacrifice all the luxuries niggas take for granted. Why y'all acting like y'all the spiritual fathers? Why you think we call Malachi Bob? If you can't solve it for you, I could do the math. But why by us for face to face? Teresa Islam about the action. I thought he would see my light, but he looked over me and perhaps I was taller or a part of the nation he repped. He would have passed me $1 or maybe a quarter or a penny or a tag or a follow or maybe a comment or a share. Anything but just a stare. Anything but just a handshake and let's take the picture quickly. I ain't tripping, I just hate how niggas did me. Like you don't know the son of God when you hear his voice and it's not gonna. I ain't saying my name Jesus, this Omari. That's my mama, that's Selena. So the light gave birth to the highest priest again. Am I speaking clearly? I incarnate every. Nah, fuck it, they don't even hear me. See, it was days a nigga ain't had nobody to talk to, not even serious. My tea's going cold, I wonder why it hurt my spirit. Knowing they kill us or imprison us and the people don't even care. They try to hit me with a sentence, I'ma run on and I mean period. With y'all picture on the wall, it just remind me it could be worse than. I wish they ain't kill Sabian, leave us with all these little herbal men. We ain't got healers out here now, just veggie products, 5 purchasing, just a new hustle. All I hear is 2 for $5, big bro, I got them turkeys in. These niggas really be dinosaurs, just like Barney without the purple skin. Snakes in the grass, snakes in the street, snakes in the wind. When you really really shine. They love when you down, hate when you win. We got niggas from the shot to Atlanta imitating the land. They must not know the land been linking in. United we stand. If you know, you know Nipsey was bringing the shit together, one of them in. That documentary wasn't even all they were worried about what it planned. Niggas talking about they been building, I ain't heard about it since when? Since Tama Ray, since Nwapu, since Sabien. You know how this lifespan ish go. Ain't nothing shorter than. Other words, no matter how this story end, it's all good, muy bien. Inshallah, let this war begin. And to whoever left who listening, I need you to survive. And I ain't never been no vegan, but I think it's truly wise. Just cause you see me fuck a 10-piece up don't mean I'm losing vibes. I want my people off them burgers and them pizzas and them fries too. But why you think I put them on that fast? Cause even if they ain't vegan and they do that, they still can reach critical mass. Be careful how you handle the masses, they really fragile. Remember, y'all was asleep before somebody came and grabbed y'all like, damn. I need you to realize I ain't scared of death cause everybody dies. I ain't scared to step cause every time we scribe, it ain't nothing left to tell on how we slide. Yeah, I know folk like damn, why the fuck he going Vietnam? They don't even know when I drop on, that's just me being calm. She spelling I like EYE, she thinks she me a song. She never had love from G.O.D., she thinks she need a song. He talking about ain't no competition like I'm in the bit to compete a song. Like I ain't on some shit that I ain't speaking on. They think of Faye one the traveler, that mean that he be gone. I know they hate cause how I'm great, they don't wanna see me on. But if you hear this shit, just remember I need you to survive. Remember I need you to survive. Remember I need you to survive.